Some of the blame for everything that went down during the fourth quarter certainly falls on LeBron James's defensive inattentiveness. What happened? Well, the Lakers needed this win against the Pacers, but they failed to do so, dropping a 116-115 heartbreaker in the last few seconds of regulation as Nembhard delivered an open triple. Why was he open? Well, that's exactly what we'll be looking at in today's video, so stay tuned. First up, James reflected on the perfect storm behind the collapse. He talked about how the team coughed up its 17-point advantage, what exactly happened to give Nembhard the wide-open triple look, and how the team plans on moving forward and learning from the loss. He continued to talk about how they messed up the coverage, and that's why Miles Turner was able to get the open three. That eventually put the team in scramble mode. James acknowledged that they should have come up with the rebound when the other time got the offensive rebound. He recalled bits from the final losing play when it hit off the front of the rim and flew back to the three-point line, as his team had Dennis Schroeder and Austin Reeves on the ball at the time. That's when AD had two players he was covering, and James himself was playing too. When all that was going down, Halliburton was able to find a shooter weak side and took the shot. He ended the speech by saying,
everything has to go wrong in order for you to lose a game like that, and everything went wrong.
Everything has to go wrong in order for you to lose a game like that, and everything went wrong. But at the same time, he recognized Indiana for playing a good game, and especially Halliburton for being an excellent point guard. Next up, the game left fans fuming at the embarrassing loss. The Los Angeles Lakers were actually well on their way to winning the 6th game out of the 7 they played at the start of the fourth quarter against Indiana. They had an 8-0 run, stretching their lead to 17 points, with less than 10 minutes remaining on the clock. Everyone expected them to win, but what followed was an epic collapse, as the Pacers outscored them 32-14 the rest of the way. What would have made things worse for them was that the Indiana Pacers were able to get not one, but 2 wide-open looks, and they made sure they didn't miss the second one. It's pretty crazy that the Lakers messed up right from the start. You'd expect way better execution considering LeBron, Davis, and Westbrook were all in the game. They got it terribly wrong, and Nembhard made them pay for it at the buzzer. The Lakers aren't in the position to be making mistakes like this at this point, and fans think there's no excuse for blowing a lead this huge.
Going in the fun. Russ scrambles and scores with the left hand.
Maybe this is just another reminder that teams in the NBA can't take their foot off the gas at any point, because as we witnessed, no lead is safe when there's even the tiniest bit left on the clock. Coming up, there has only been one other time something like this has happened in James's career. It was April 2017, and LeBron's Cavaliers had blown a 26-point lead in the fourth quarter to the Atlanta Hawks in a shocking 126-125 loss in overtime. Despite the way they lost that late in the season, James eventually led the Cavaliers to the finals. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't seem like he's going to be making that happen again this time around. There's just too many flaws on the roster. LeBron, Davis, and Westbrook all need to perform exceptionally well in order to win. Moving on, here's 3 of the biggest things that failed the Lakers in this game. First off, James struggling in clutch time. We know that LeBron has proven how dominant he can be for a team when he has the ball in his hands, but things went all sorts of wrong in the fourth quarter this time around. James couldn't hit the angular followaways that have helped him score more than anyone and everyone except Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was just 2 of 6 shooting, with the game slowing in his hands and actively fueling the Pacers' insane comeback. According to NBA.com, James is currently shooting only 6 for 16 in clutch time. So, is it possible that this tip in shooting efficiency is a real sign of the All-Star player's decline? Secondly, you've got the Lakers' roster issues. They clearly couldn't snuff out possessions as the Pacers started to dominate, leading to second chances which cost them the game. Their closing lineup included Reeves, Westbrook, and Schroeder, not the biggest players on the team. The 2 players the team counts on for wing minutes, Lonnie Walker IV and Troy Brown Jr., were pretty ineffective as well. Even Patrick Beverley, who was serving the last of a 3-game suspension, would have been more helpful on the rebounds, but essentially it was the Lakers' lack of size and depth on the wings that played a significant role in their loss against Indiana. And finally, Davis is not effective in the fourth quarter. He needs to dominate on offense, get the ball, and get to the foul line. These need to be priorities for the Lakers at this point. Next, the good news is the Lakers are actively looking to improve their roster this season. Unfortunately, though, they don't really have any great assets to improve the team. A Russell Westbrook trade doesn't seem like the most likely outcome anymore. But But then again, anything can happen at any time in the NBA. What we do expect, though, is that they're going to work out a trade that includes Patrick Beverley and Kendrick Nunn. The team can also get a little creative by including minimum contracts and protected first-round picks. The issue with that has to do with Beverley and Nunn's value. Neither of them has a lot of it from a pure talent standpoint. Most of the value comes from the fact that they're on expiring contracts, which limits who the Lakers can trade for with this package. In recent news, the New York Knicks have come out as a potential trade candidate for the Lakers, which would be the best possible scenario for the Lakers. The better the Lakers can do for a package that includes Beverley and Nunn is getting Evan Fournier and Cam Reddish for Beverley and Nunn, which they'd be able to do without having to include a first-round pick. Why are the Lakers taking on the deal? They're counting on Fournier returning to form and to a point where he can be the perfect role player for the Lakers with his three-point shot and perimeter defending. The Lakers won't do much better than this package. It's definitely infinitely better than attaching a protected 2027 pick for a mid-tier role player that isn't a significant upgrade. Coming up, the LA Lakers superstar is entering his 20th year in the NBA this season. It's a milestone that very few players have achieved in the league, considering that very few players are blessed with both performance and longevity. Unsurprisingly, LeBron has learned a thing or two during his extended tenure in the league. Recently, the four-time NBA champion dropped some sage advice on the kind of mentality you need if you want to build your own legacy. One of the first things he had to say was, "It doesn't matter how long you've played the game. The day you think you could stop learning is the day you start going backward." That kind of sums it all up. It's exactly the kind of mindset you need if you're going to be entering your 20th season in the NBA. James has been through it all in the league and will undoubtedly go down in history as one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
It's the mailman, Karl Malone, and is now number 2 all-time in scoring.
Nevertheless, that has never deterred him from striving to be better. Finally, he's on pace to pass the legendary Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the all-time scoring list. James has won a total of 4 NBA championships, been named League MVP 4 times, been selected to 18 All-Star teams, to the NBA All-Defensive First Team 5 times, and to top it all off, he has also won 2 Olympic gold medals. He scored the most points in the playoffs, the most career points in the playoffs and regular seasons combined, the second most regular seasons points, and the 7th most career assists. So it's no surprise people think he might pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar one day. In 2021, King James was selected to the NBA 75th anniversary team, and a year later became the first and only player in the history of the league to amass over 10,000 career points, assists, and rebounds. And now, if he maintains his scoring advantage, he should be able to break the record to become the NBA's all-time scoring leader by January or February of 2023. The basketball veteran is going to be turning 38 in late December this year, and he's still one of the best players in the league. He recently extended his contract, which is likely to keep him with the Lakers until he's 40. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think the Lakers can come back from that defeat against Indiana? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.